Hello everybody, I'm Buzz, and I'm here to bring you a review this evening of a fairly new mod that's on the market. It's the Versa Variable Volt, and I purchased this from the Vapor Beast, and their link will be down below, vaporbeast.com, and the device is a variable voltage tube, and it has a top button. It has a display window. It's different compared to most mods. It's the cartomizer mounts on the side over here, offset. This isn't really that. It's not original thought. Great Lakes mods, they've used that, except those are 5-volt mods. They do stacked batteries for 5 volts or 3.7 volts for with a single battery. They're not a variable voltage device, so that part is new. Okay, the price is $89, and that includes shipping, so $89 out the door. You get a unit. They say on the site that they're in black and white, but right now they only have white. And at first I wasn't real thrilled about that, but I just can't never wait to get something. Got to check it out now, and I'm pretty happy when I got it. It's see how well you can see it up close. It's a pearled white. It's a nice looking mod. With it you get obviously the unit, a battery charger. It's a pretty decent battery charger. It has a real sturdy spring in it. I would say it's probably one of the better freebie chargers that I've got. Let's see, it uses 18500 batteries, so that's why I'm kind of guessing that they're selling it in a kit only, because 18500s aren't a common battery. Most mods wouldn't use that. It's these usually go with a 3.7 volt mod that you've kicked, and that makes up the difference between the kick and a 18500 battery. And let's see, you also get 2 of those Ego cartomizers, claromizers, whatever you want to call them. Everybody's seen these. Let's see, and for a limited time you also get a VV Nova. It's a full VV Nova. It has a tank and the 3 different resistance atomizer heads inside of there. Not a bad deal. A lot of people really like these. So let's talk about the unit a little bit. It takes a single battery, and I've tried it, and it works with a AW 18500. Okay, the threads right out of the box, they work well. They're not real fine. It is an aluminum mod, so they've done a good job making those threads. The finish, I like the finish. It's just real smooth. It's almost like a coating of plastic on here or something, but it's paint, and it's a nice paint job. There's no blemishes in it. The window, it's got a real nice window in it. See, that's one of the features we'll talk about in a little later. To use the mod, click it 5 times. There it goes. Okay. It's hard to see the display in the but it's got a real easy to read display. It's a backlit display. It's blue, and it works. You can see it real nice. It's probably one of the easier displays that I've had to read in a mod. Okay, the functions are 5 times on and off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, now it's saying off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's saying on. Okay, now you spin the button to the left, it gives you the resistance or whatever you have plugged into there, a cartomizer, atomizer, repairable atomizer tank, whatever you got. Okay, and then you spin it to the right, it gives you how many volts are left in the battery, and then it gives you output voltage, which is saying 0 right now, but that's in amps. Okay, I'm gonna screw on a tank here that I got, and it's a 801 Fusion cartomizer. I'm liking them right now. I like the way they work. Okay, let's spin it. See there, we have 2.8 ohm cartomizer, and let's see it. 3.6 volts on the battery, and we're putting out 1.5 amps. Now let's click it. 1, 2, 3. That gives us the voltage, and I have it set at 4.5. 1, 2, 3. Let's set it up to 4.6. It's easy to adjust. It spins, but you can feel it as it spins. There's a little notch or something inside of there, and you can feel it as it goes 4.5, and there's a notch. 4.6, there's a notch. So you can feel it as you go, so it's easy to adjust. Let's see, it has a nice real bright blue power button on top of it. It's with the 18500 batteries, it's not real long. It baked pretty nice. Okay, let's see, that's the offset. It's kind of nice. If you drip juice, it hopefully would run down here. Something I could point out is I blew through the bottom without the battery, and the air come out of the cap, so it's not going to be leak proof inside of there, and you could potentially leak juice down here and down this edge and into your mod, which could cause some troubles. It does stand up, but that's kind of slanted on my laptop. Let's see, on the table, on a flat table, doesn't stand up so well with the tank on it. If you had something lighter like a cartomizer or maybe one of those Eagles or something, it'd probably stand up better, but I think I would just lay that down. It's going to be tippy, and that's about it. Let's see, after 10 minutes it goes to sleep into power saving mode, and to get rid of that, you click the button once and spin it, and then you're ready to vape again. And it produces very nice vapor. Let's see, another feature that they have is, which is I think is a nice feature. Oh yeah, it's got the 5 vent holes on the bottom. This screw right here, it's adjustable, so you turn on whatever. If it's not working, you would screw it up, and that would make it screw into, that would make connection. Or say it wouldn't quite screw in very well, you could screw it all the way down and screw that further in, and it'd make it work. So the center pin is adjustable via a screwdriver, which is, I think, is a pretty nice feature. What else about it? I think that's pretty much all the functions. How can I go on this? Oh yeah, it has a 2.5 amp cutoff, which is about like a lava tube, and so for like dual coil 1.5s or pretty much any dual coil, it's not going to work very well. You'll get an error code, and the error code is LO with the ohm sign beside it, and it stops working. So that's or low resistance. And then it has short circuit protection. Let's see what happens when there's a short circuit. Well, that's the LO with the ohm sign. And it also, when it hits 3.3 volts, it the screen will flash, and that's your 3.3 volts. As far as, see, right now I'm at 3.6 on the battery, so I've got 3 volts left of power before it starts flashing. And at 3 volts the mod will stop working altogether, and then it's time to recharge your battery. So it gives you a warning when you're getting close to recharging your battery. Let's see, I got it last night. I put a fresh charged battery in it. Vaped it quite a bit last night for pretty heavy for 3 hours, 4 hours. This morning I vaped it quite a bit. Turn the AC off. Messes with the vapor going at the camera, so it don't look so cool. It blows it all away. Let's see. Okay, so a couple hours this morning, maybe 3 hours this morning, and then at break and at lunch and all the way home. And so let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's about 8 hours of pretty constant, solid, heavy vaping, and I still got some time left in the battery. So real good battery life for the smaller battery. It's an efficient mod. See, with the air conditioner, I couldn't have got near that vapor effect. Okay. You also get a real nice set of instructions. It's translated well. There's some very minor English mess ups in there, but pretty good and real nice comprehensive set of instructions. Some of the better instructions I've gotten with a mod. Here's a nice diagram of all the parts, and you get a little picture tutorial along with the mods. It tells you they're definitely into Ego stuff. They list several Ego devices that works on it. And let's see, my thoughts on it are, if you like standard or high voltage, this is something to consider getting. It's a nice mod. As I said, I think I would probably lay it down more than I would stand it up, because it's just going to end up falling over. It's tippy because of the offset, and which isn't that big a deal. Just lay it down. It'll keep you from chipping up your finish and scratching it, and maybe falling off the table and breaking something or whatever. But it seems like it's built pretty stout. It's aluminum. It feels warm, you know, like the stainless mod. They feel kind of cold to the touch. This is not warm from using it. It's just because of the paint job. Okay, let's compare it. Let's see, here it is next to a lava tube. Let's turn it around sideways. So a lava tube with a tank on it, it stands about the same height. Here it is next to a Provari. So a Provari with a tank on it would be a little bit shorter. And weight wise, the Provari is definitely heavier. The Provari is a pretty heavy mod. This one's got a stainless steel tank on it, so it's kind of heavy. But without the tank, let's feel the weight. It's got some weight to it for sure. Let's compare it next to the lava tube now. I would say it's heavier than the lava tube. I don't have a scale, and I don't have a nice dual camera software, so even if I did, I couldn't show it to you. Maybe I'll have something I'll have to start working towards. Okay, let's put it back on. I like it. It seems to be durable. I've only used it for a day. I'll come back in a couple of weeks, and I'll hook up a scope or a meter to it or something, and we'll go through it and check out the numbers and do all that, and show you what happens when you put a low resistance on there and all that. But I'm just telling you right now, it don't work. It's not a bad mod. Works well. Definitely nice vapor production. I like it. Give it a thumbs up. Again, I'll just point out the couple of drawbacks. Like I said, it's a unique design. It's different, but it's not I guess unique was the wrong word. It's different, but it's not original. Great Lakes mods have had this design, but they don't have a variable voltage. Let's see, the cap not being sealed, it could leak inside of there, and the tippy falling over, but it seems to be tough. Doesn't shake around at all. The spring on the battery, it's a nice stiff spring. No complaints there whatsoever. So for a Chinese mod, I can say this is probably one of their better mods. It's came out all the way around. The button, nice clicky button. Oh, gotta turn it on. Oh, it went into sleep mode. So one click, spin it. Oh, I turned it off messing with it. Okay, turn it on. Okay, wait a second. And like I said, just impressed with the little mod. It's not a bad little guy to have. Oh, one other cool thing about it, it's got a intelligent memory, or when you take the battery out, I let the battery out for about 20 minutes, it remembers your setting you had on there when you put it back in, which is a nice feature. So it's got plenty of decent things packed into it. If they were to put a higher amp, say a 3 amp cutoff or 3.5 or even a 4 amp, then people could use low resistance stuff on there. And if they would seal that lid, I would say they would have a really nice mod. As it stands now, I would say they have a nice mod. It's worth having. And so if you want one, you can get them at Vapor Beast. And that's about all I got to say about this one. Keep on vaping.